year was 1984. Nike, though a recognized brand, was facing stiff competition and declining sales. The athletic shoe market was dominated by brands like Converse and Adidas. Nike needed a game changer, and they found it in a young, immensely talented basketball player named Michael Jordan. So let's revert back into time and discover how it all started. In the 80s, Jordan, fresh out of college, was making waves in the basketball world. But when Nike approached him, he was initially hesitant. Michael had grown up wearing Converse and Adidas and had hoped to sign with either of them. However, after a persuasive pitch from Nike, which included a promise of his signature shoe line, he decided to take the leap. The first Air Jordan was a bold move. Designed by Peter Moore, it featured a black and red colorway that caught everyone's attention. But not all the attention was positive. The NBA banned the shoe, claiming it violated the league's uniform policy. But this ban turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Nike smartly capitalized on the controversy, launching an ad campaign that said, on September 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. This move was genius. The ban generated immense publicity, and everyone wanted the shoes that the NBA had banned. Sales skyrocketed. The Air Jordan 1, priced at $65, sold out everywhere. By the end of the first year, the Air Jordan line brought in over $100 million in revenues. But this was just the beginning. With each passing year, a new design of Air Jordans was released, each more innovative and stylish than the last. The shoes became synonymous with Michael's on-court prowess and off-court style. So, the secret of success of Air Jordans wasn't just about the shoes, it was about the story they told. They represented rebellion, excellence, and the spirit of overcoming challenges. They resonated with both athletes and non-athletes. Celebrities were spotted wearing them, and they quickly became a cultural phenomenon, transcending the world of sports. Collaborations played a significant role in the brand's growth. From artists like Spike Lee, who directed commercials for the brand, to collaborations with designers like Tinker Hatfield, who introduced the iconic Jumpman logo, the brand always stayed ahead of the curve. Today, decades after the first Air Jordan was released, the brand stands as a testament to brilliant marketing, continuous innovation, and the timeless appeal of a great story. From a shoe that was once banned to becoming one of the most recognizable and sought-after brands in the world, the rise of Nike's Air Jordans is nothing short of legendary. But the rise of the Air Jordan isn't as explosive and smooth as it might sound. The 90s and 2000s were transformative years for the sneaker industry. With the rise of competitors and changing consumer preferences, even giants like Nike and the Air Jordan brand faced their share of challenges. In the 90s, as Michael Jordan's career reached its zenith, so did the popularity of his signature shoe line. However, with success came imitators. Many brands tried to replicate the Air Jordan formula, leading to a saturated market. The uniqueness of the Jordans was at risk of being diluted amidst a sea of lookalikes. Moreover, the 90s also saw a shift in fashion trends. The grunge movement and a growing preference for minimalist designs threatened the flashy and bold aesthetics of the Jordans. The brand had to innovate and adapt to ensure it remained relevant in a rapidly changing landscape. The 2000s brought its own set of challenges. Michael Jordan's retirement from basketball meant the brand lost its most significant ambassador. While the legacy of MJ was undeniable, the brand needed to find new ways to connect with a younger audience who hadn't witnessed Jordan's prowess on the court firsthand. Also, the rise of the internet and e-commerce platforms led to a surge in counterfeit products. Fake Jordans flooded the market, affecting the brand's reputation and bottom line. Nike had to invest heavily in anti-counterfeit measures and public awareness campaigns to protect the integrity of the Air Jordan line. Another challenge was the evolving sneaker culture. With the rise of sneakerheads and collectors, the expectations from each Jordan release skyrocketed. The brand had to balance between catering to its core basketball audience and the growing sneaker enthusiast community. But the smartest thing Nike did was they always focused on innovation, adaptability, and collaboration for the Air Jordan's success. Because of that reason, one of the pivotal moments in the brand's history century came in 1988. Tinker Hatfield, a former architect turned shoe designer, was brought on board to design the Air Jordan 3. Hatfield introduced the iconic elephant print and the Jumpman logo, which has since become synonymous with the brand. The Air Jordan 3 was also the first to feature a visible air unit on the heel, a revolutionary design at the time. Even Michael Jordan himself has often cited the 3 as his favorite in the line, and its release marked a turning point for the brand, solidifying its place in sneaker history. But it wasn't just about the shoes design. The marketing campaigns for Air Jordans were just as iconic. Spike Lee, known for his films, directed and starred in a series of commercials as Mars Blackman, a character from his film She's Gotta Have It. These commercials, with the catchphrase, "It's gotta be the shoes," became cultural touchpoints, further embedding the brand in popular culture. The 90s saw the release of more iconic models. The Air Jordan 11's, with its patent leather design, became one of the most beloved sneakers of all time. It was also during this time that Michael Jordan announced his first retirement from basketball. And then many speculated about the future of the Air Jordan line. Would it continue without its star? The answer was a resounding yes. Even in Jordan's absence, the brand continued to thrive, proving that it had a life of its own. When Jordan returned to the NBA in 1995, the brand got another boost. His on-court performances wearing the latest Air Jordans created moments that are still talked about today. Who can forget the flu game where Jordan, visibly sick, put on a stellar performance in the Air Jordan 12? One thing that always amazed me about the Air Jordan brand is how they turned sneaker releases into full-blown events. It's like they had this secret sauce for creating buzz. And a big part of that? Scarcity. They dropped these limited editions and boom, everyone wanted them. It was like Black Friday every time a new pair came out. While Air Jordans were making waves in the US, their influence wasn't just limited to American shores. In markets like China and Europe, basketball was gaining immense popularity, and with it, the desire to own a pair of Jordans. Nike tapped into this growing demand, ensuring that Air Jordans were not just seen as American icons, but as global symbols of style and performance. But it wasn't just about expanding to new territories. Nike understood the power of collaboration. Over the years, they've teamed up with renowned designers and brands, creating limited edition Air Jordans that became instant classics. From collaborations with designers like Virgil Abloh to partnerships with brands like Supreme, each release told a unique story, adding layers of depth to the Air Jordan narrative. And let's not forget the very essence of the shoe, basketball. Air Jordans weren't just about looking good off the court, they were about performance on it. They set the gold standard for what a basketball shoe should be. Players across the globe, whether in local courts or grand arenas, aspired to fly like Mike, and Air Jordans gave them the wings to do so. The shoes influenced other basketball shoe designs, pushing them to innovate and up their game. In essence, Air Jordans didn't just change the game, they elevated it. The brand's genius also lay in its ability to evoke nostalgia. By re-releasing retro versions, it allowed a fresh wave of enthusiasts to connect with its storied past while letting seasoned fans relive their first tryst with the shoe. This blend of old and new, of history and innovation, ensures its continued relevance. But beyond its design and defiance, the Air Jordan's most enduring legacy lies in its reshaping of sneaker culture. Before its arrival, sneakers were mostly seen as sportswear. The Air Jordan, however, transcended that label. It became a fashion staple, a reflection of urban culture, and a collector's dream. It heralded the dawn of sneaker culture, where shoes were not just worn, but celebrated.